Hey guys, it's me, Sonic, and welcome back to another Fighting Plarail video. And once again, guys, we are continuing where we left off on the Childhood Plarail Trains Restoration series. In the last episode, EF6019 Unit 2 was our winner. Of course, that train kept his role as the Plarail Titan. Of course, one of the big reasons being that, of course, with it being one of the biggest and the toughest, that it does seem. Of course, that train is one of the most immovable to take on. Sorta. I know, that's a lot. And I know that we've hit a roadblock within the series with trying to restore the last 6 trains here, as shown. Of course, of EMD of course, with the placeholders being of EMD of 7A fighting for himself. Of course, that train is already done, but I still want to try to get a replacement battery shell because I don't know how long the current one is going to last. And 01 fighting for N1000, which of course I only have the tail car left of. E2 fighting gray wheel variant fighting for the other one, of course, to which its intermediate car and the motor pieces are missing. Well, the intermediate car was missing, and the motor pieces were salvaged, and the windshield of the motor shell was chipped. HGS-07 is missing 2 little flaps on the wagon piece. 8 fighting for himself. C56-160 fighting for C12, which of course I'm missing the brown passenger car and the locomotive motor. And EF6019 Unit 2 fighting for himself as well. All missing 3 pieces, being of the red and yellow freight crates and the red wagon car. And the wild cards shown, along with the rest of them, being a purple 500 and N700 units 1, first units. E3, 3 units 1 and 2, 6000 MSE, E1, E5, E7, EF65, the last train of the 2023 trains. If that train is, of course, once all the 2023 trains have been finished up, then the silver-plated Plarail train will be ordered. And finally, golden E3, with the success of the legacy collection of 0601 Yukata. So these 16 trains are as well with how we got it in last episode. To those who are new to the Childhood Plarail Trains Restoration series, it's mainly a focus of trying to restore every single train I've lost, in part that I've lost from all my trains when I was a kid. And as well as trains of 2023 that when I was trying to build up 060 Yukata's legacy collection that came wrong, or of ones in bulk sales that I ended up getting during A's that came in complete, and ones of 2024 that I got in bulk sales that came in complete as well, or ones of duplicates. In these 16, and of course we have 10 wild cards and 6 placeholders, 2 from childhood, 3 from 2024, and 1 of the 2024 duplicates. I know it's a lot. Anyway, with how this works is that I'm going to be spinning through a randomizer to decide which trains will be facing against each other in the first round, and then of course, it's going to keep going on within each battle before the next round starts. The randomizer will happen again, and until we have a win, until we are down to 1 train left. Anyway, I'm going to spin through the randomizer now, and we'll decide which trains will be facing against each other, and then we'll get started. Alright guys, the first round's brackets are set, and this is what we got. We got this is the lineup. We got E2 facing against E5, 01 against N700, Unit 1. E2 is gray wheel variant, yeah. HGS-07 against E3, Unit 1. C56-160 against E1. EF65 against E7. Sorry if I'm pausing. EF6019 Unit 2 against 6000 MSE, EMD of 7A versus Purple 500 Unit 1, and Gold E3 against E3 Unit 2. Of course, the winners of these first rounds will be given other updates within the next round. Whatever, I don't know. The winner round advance on to the next, and then the randomizer spin again, and then we go through the same process, and whatever. As well, while I was filming the first clip, my dad came in unexpectedly. I did not expect him to when I was trying to film that. He was putting the my bed sheets back on my bed because he had the flu last week. And we just had them washed. Yeah, I know. Anyway, now that we got our brackets set, let's get started with this week's tournament. All right, starting off, we got E2's Gray Wheel variant versus E5. Go. I always start from the top and work my way down within these different tournaments. Whereas E5 is one of my fastest trains. I'd probably say that this match is going to end pretty quick eventually. And it looks like E2 managed to survive by a pube. E5 is down for the count. That's our first wild card down. Next up is 01 versus N700 Unit 1. Go. Of course, 01 is the second slowest of my trains. Of course, C56 160 is my slowest overall. I think. I don't totally know it. Yes, one's down. 100 advances on. I'm sorry about with ending that match unfairly like that. It's just that I don't want trains to get stuck like that. It's just, you know what I mean. I don't want them to take forever or to like reset them, because then it takes some more time, and the resolution of my videos would end up going lower, and I don't want that to happen because I do want to have good resolution. Anyway, next up is HGS-07 versus E3 Unit 1. Uh-oh. I think E3's battery is drained out. I don't know what happened. Hang on a second. I had to adjust the battery. I think this should go smoothly now. There we go. That's better. It was a bit difficult with trying to deal with that. I didn't know when Jeez, already. Jeez, and that's our second placeholder down of the 6 already. Yikes. Anyways, next up is C56 160 versus E1. Let's get it down. Jeez, I forgot how difficult it is with the C56 160 switch. It can be quite annoying. And of course, C56 160 is one of my slowest trains out of all of them. Oh, for the love of piss. Okay, let's try this again. Attempt number 2. Would have been C56 160's win if he hadn't fallen over. But what the hell are you gonna do? Yeah, this fight's gonna take a bit. Nope. Some of these trains just love to take longer than ever, and I hate it when it happens. Uh-oh. Strategy over strength, and C56 160 survives on to the next round. Okay. It's good to see that C56 160 managed to make a comeback within this, because, of course, that train is one of the weakest. Even though that is a steam locomotive train, but whatever. Next up is EF65 versus E7. Go! Now, of course, EF65 was the last of the 2023 trains to be completed out of within the Childhood Plarail Trains Restoration series. And of course, if that train does win one more time, then of course that train's time is up for good. And then of course I will order a silver-plated train. And finally, in honor of the 2023 trains' success in restoration. Yeah, this may take a bit because, of course, E7 and EF65 are a bit unequal in speed. But we'll see what happens. Of course, it does take a bit before the trains actually do come to an attack. Oh, come on! I am sick and tired of these trains ending up in draws. Oh, horse shit. Total horse shit. I get sick of it sometimes. We're already halfway through with the first round, and yet we're stuck in another draw. This is total horse shit. How in the hell does a train fall at a draw like that? Just doesn't even make any sense. Yep, EF65 switched track and managed to get back in the game. And that takes out the rest of the E trains. Of course, as well, when I get all the E trains finished up, I'm going to order E8 into the playing field. Because, of course, I have E trains 1 through 7 now, which are pretty good. Anyway, I got enough track. Anyway, next up is EF6019 Unit 2 and 6000 MSE. Probably already know which train is going to win this. Oh, boy, was I wrong! Boy, was I glad that I was wrong on that one. On EF6019 Unit 2 just lost like a loser. Anyway, 6000 MSE is advancing on. Next up is EMDF7A versus Purple 500 Unit 1. Go. Easy out. At this rate, I mean, I know that there are some placeholders, but now there's just more wild cards. Anyway, last match up is of Gold E3 versus E3 Unit 2. Go. I should really switch out E3 Unit 2's battery at some point. But we'll see what happens. Anyway, I'm glad that I managed to get a gold-plated Plarail train. And of course, and as well, they do play a great role within the series. Oh, Gold E3 switched the tracks. Which E3 is going down? Are you fucking kidding me? I guess that's that settled. I tried to be fair. I tried to get it in even distance. Anyway, E3 Unit 2 advances on. And that, guys, ends off round 1 of this week's tournament. And our winners being of E2 N700 2 Graveyard variant, Wheels N700 Unit 1, E3 Unit 1, C56 160, EF65, 6000 MSE, EMDF7A, and E3 Unit 2. Our losers being of O1, Purple 500 Unit 1, HGS-07, EF6019 Unit 2, E1, E5, E7, and Gold E3. Now then, it's time to start off the randomizer. Now we have to spin through another randomizer to decide which trains will be facing against each other in the quarterfinals. So let's get to that. All right, the brackets are set for the quarterfinals. It's going to be E2, 2 Graveyard variant, lose gray wheel variant against E3 Unit 1, EF65 against E3 Unit 2, C56-160 and 6000 MSE, and EMDF7A against N700 Unit 1. We're at a halfway, except for half and half of placeholders and wildcards. Well, if you don't count EF65, because of course that train is still fighting for a silver-plated train. Of course, after the 2023 trains, his time in the series is over. Of course, EF65 is the last one after getting that one restored, but it hasn't won yet in the series, so it still has to fight. As well, I think it will provide a wildcard boost or none. I honestly don't know what to say about that, but whatever. Anyway, let's get on with the quarterfinals. Between the battle between the E2's gray wheel variant and E3 Unit 1. I know with a shift in the camera, I just had to adjust the trestles on the left, making sure they're not tilted. And E3 goes down, E2 advances on. And there went one of the E3 train into the wild cards. Next up is EF65 against E3 Unit 2. Collision imminent, and didn't want the trains to get stuck the whole way. Oh, piss! I really hate draws in tournament matches. I really hate when that happens. I'm sorry, guys. It just gets me so frustrated when that happens. And I just want a match to be done with when it happens. Looks like it's about to come to an end, but it doesn't. Well, that was anticlimactic. There went another placeholder. Another wild. Yeah, whatever. And EF65 has failed yet again. Next up is C56-160 and 6000 MSE. Yeah, I keep forgetting that switch gets stuck on me every single time. You really gotta watch it. Really need to be more careful. Collision imminent, and yeah, I didn't want to get I don't know, whatever. C56-160 has managed to survive the quarterfinals, and now he's on to the semis. EMDF7A versus N700 Unit 1 is the last battle of the quarterfinals before we head to the semi in my finals. Oh, come on! This is shitting on my dick. I'm losing my patience. Thank you! God, fuck almighty. And that wraps up the quarterfinals. Our semifinalists are E2, Gray Wheel Variant, E3 Unit 2, C12, and EMDF 7A. Our losers being M700 Unit 1, E3 Unit 1, 6000 MSE, and EF65. It's time to spin the randomizer one last time, figuring out which trains will be facing against each other in the semis, and then leading on to the final round. All right, the final brackets are set. It's going to be C56 160 against E2's Gray Wheel Variant, and EMDF 7A versus E3 Unit 2. Got a classic lineup from my childhood, I guess. Anyway, winners of the semifinals face each other in the final round. Let's get this on. I can pretty much guess with who's going to be winning this one. Definitely not C56 160. But let's find out. Even though E2 is faster, C56 160 was able to win with strategy, which was very lucky of him. But only time will tell. Collision imminent. How in the actual hell is C56 160 able to survive E2 like that? And that confirms his slot in the finals. Wow. At this rate, I feel like C56 160 is just going to lose anyway in the end. But, I mean, this tournament is kind of, of course, the Childhood Plarail Trains Restoration Series tournaments are sometimes full of surprises. Anyways, it's on against EMDF 7A and E3 Unit 2. Winner of this round faces against C56 160 in the finals. Go. Who's going all the way and who's gonna fall behind to wait another day? We're about to find out. Almost another collision. Down went E3. So that does it for the wild cards. They've all failed. Now it's time to decide which train is going to begin their next boost. Will it be EMDF 7A or will it be C12 from C56 160? Let's find out. Go! I feel like in the final round I should do it like a best 2 out of 3, but I don't know. C56 160, able to survive it. Well, the coal car seems to remain being strong. Wow. But I honestly have no idea which train is going to win. And of course, my guess is going to be EMDF 7A at this rate, but if C56 160 somehow manages to overturn with strategy, then... What the fuck? I just had to say it. I just had to say it. What is wrong with me? But anyway, guys, that wraps up this week's tournament. C56 160 just won another boost for C12. Congratulations. Holy shit. I had to go and say it. This was... Oh my fucking god. Oh no. Oh man. Well, I guess... C56... C12 has officially gotten its 6th boost, so I'll be putting that in just a sec. But anyway, guys... This wraps up for this week's tournament. The wild cards have failed yet again. At least we finally got another win from C12. Of course, it's now up to 2 tournament wins and 4 wild card wins. But whatever. At least it's good to see that train finally making a comeback. Anyway, just wrapping up. I hope you guys enjoyed this tournament, guys. If you did, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to know when I upload a brand new video. Thank you all so much for tuning in to this week's episode of the Childhood Plarail Trains Restoration series, and I will see you all next week. Bye!